Okay, so guys, we've got a bit of an issue. I go to comp. I cannot win a comp match to save my goddamn life. Like, yeah, there's not a lot of comp in here, but it's because I cannot win a comp match to save my goddamn life. So, I want to do some VOD reviews. So, I'm gonna go for the most recent one that I just played today. I was tank. So, I chose Emma. She's kind of my main nowadays. Like, I almost have Invisilorded, but that doesn't mean anything because no one wants to choose tank, and I can play tank, so I'm tank. I started out just kind of sticking to the point and using my shield to just like, no value for you, I am pushing. And then this Penny came forward by herself. So I was trying my best to get her friggin' nest, but I was struggling. But luckily the rogue came in and helped me out. I'm not very good at solo tanking, I think is my big issue. I tend to miss that crystal, but I managed to do it here. Now, here I am, like, I'm pulling back a little bit. I don't think I'm keeping good eye on my team. I could do a little look-see backside. Like, why am I'm struggling and I'm pushing forward already. I should pull back a bit more. But I'm still just struggling to get that. No, the nest is down. Okay. Now, I tried to help my team, but after a certain point I was like, no worries. But there was a Widow over pushing at least. This Star-Lord I tried to get, but he was always out of my reach. Now there, okay, I think yeah. Let's pop out of my view. So I'm kind of playing inside an Invisal, which isn't the best, but I was just trying to push, especially to that last checkpoint. And here I'm trying to ult on the healers, which I think was a good move. Now that I maybe could have done a little differently, but hey, it got the kill done. Hero's a little lost because I didn't have that range. Honestly, like, I think it's pretty smooth sailing right here. I could definitely use a little more cover. I'm playing down main a lot. But generally my team was doing very well. I hold it pretty darn well. It wasn't until later that it really started falling apart. I do just kind of like toss out my shield sometimes. Just like, no. Being a little unaware, like I broke away from my team a little bit much here. But I managed to get the Moon Knight, which he was a problem child. Breaking away a little bit more, I can stick to my team a bit more, maybe being a little kill hungry. Here I'm trying to run, and I end up getting swallowed anyway. So that's something I can work on, is getting away from Jeff ults, because Jeff ults are... Now here we got spit out, like, behind their team, so I was like, I guess I'm backlining now. And the Gambit managed to go in with me. So that was fun. That went pretty well. I skipped past the tanks just to go for the healer, which was maybe a bit of a gutsy move, but it worked out for me here. I like playing Emma as a dive tank. Could be a little more proactive. I tend to play it very safe and slow. And you stick to my team pretty hard. I have been told, like, you don't push enough, which is something I've been working on more, is like really making space. But hey, I've destroyed Ox, so that puts me ahead. If you can't get away from Jeff, saving Diamond for the ult circle makes you uneatable. Oh, I didn't know that. Here, I'm trying to get him, but luckily Luna's doing a good job anyway. And then I just let them take care of Jeff. And I'm like, well, they're up there. I'm probably just gonna go cap, I guess. Luckily, I got there right as the Penny got there, so I was able to defend. And here... Oh, no, yeah. I keep getting confused with the colors. Block the Strange from getting healed. I don't think I accounted for the incline as well. I'm fighting him a little bit. I could probably divert my attention to one of his squishies. Like, I think there's one, yeah, off to the right. I could maybe have focused. I think there's a Moon Knight off to the right. I could have focused that. The core of tank that makes it hard to learn is knowing when to take space and turn around for your team in the middle of the fight. That's especially when you're solo tanking and you're like, none of your DPS are peeling, so you have to be the peel and the front line. So like, you go forward, you lose back line. If you go back, you lose your front line. It is a difficult thing to balance. That, I kidnapped way more people than I intended. I wanted just one and I kicked them all. And then I was like, oh fuck, I've surrounded myself. Here is where I was like, really like, oh shoot, we are struggling. So I was kind of throwing myself a little hard into it. But here I was like, okay, I just need you out of the way. So I kill him. And there, like, it was just like such ult spam. Like, I lost it in the end here. And then I ended up, like, I need to go back. I'm gonna go back and figure out exactly why we couldn't push. Oh, let me see how to... So, here I am up front. And my rogue is kicking ass pretty good with me. Which, like, rogues and Emmas, I know people don't consider rogue very good. She's such a godsend when working with Emma. I love her. Okay, so it really seems to be just like ult spam that was getting us. So maybe ult conservation? Yeah, maybe I used my ult too early. And there, I definitely could have saved it for later, especially to counter things like Sue's ult to like pull them out. But here, I'm trying to like use the payload as cover. And just kind of like hurting people back. Now there's a Venom, and that he starts getting in my face a little bit. Then that I start struggling, which, you know, Emma's anti-dive, I shouldn't have been struggling as much as I was, but there was just so much going on that I kept missing the Venom. Like here, I was trying to go for the Invis, and then I thought Venom was dead. So I think a little more awareness and being able to quickly adapt against someone. Now here we're re-rolling out and we're so very staggered now. So already, we were already being like shoved around and we were pushed so hard. So I think working a little bit better with my tank could definitely help. But yeah, there was just so much to pay attention to, and I think that's where I really started struggling, is they just started like pincering us. We start pulling back because we being shoved straight through. Here, I think I ended up switching. Yeah, I'm Penny now because I was just like, something isn't working. Also, for your comment on your shield, I understand sometimes not knowing what to do with it. If you don't see something you can easily block, you can also use it to cut off people's brawling from their team. Cut off people brawling you from their team by putting it behind them. That's what I've been doing, is I do that a lot, is I'll stick a shield behind. I did that earlier with the Strange, is I'll just shove a shield behind them to stop them from being healed. But usually, like, only if they're isolated. Now, I just kept being, like, pushed back. I'm trying to use this corner as cover, and then I'm, like, pulling in and out, very, like, Diva from Overwatch. Now, we're very much pulling this way, and we're like battling this thing in here, and we're kind of ignoring that this is getting capped. Now, I was trying, and we did get the Jeff, but I'm trying to really see like what I could have done better. I think Penny was a good choice, but it's just my attention was so split. So I think comms would have helped. Really just making sure that we got all of our bases covered. But they were just such a mobile team. Thinking what I could do better here. I'm really like pulling back. I'm trying to poke more. Just because like, you know, they got a brawl. And then we lost a team member. Which is really like, you know, that forfeit the game, which sucks. I'm still kind of not sure how to use Penny's ult. Like, I've watched so many videos on it. Here I was just like, you know what, I'll just use it like Cloak and Dagger's ult and just try to deny them some space. Now here, wait, we lost some healers, I think. Yeah, this is where I really start to struggle. is when there's a lot of things to pay attention to. And I'm trying to just, like, herd them, and then they're just pushing past me and getting my supports. And we're all so very scattered. Maybe I could have done more anti-dive. Maybe I could have gone a third healer? I'm not sure. Yeah, so now I'm trying to hold here. Use this wall as cover. And really just, like, try to pull them back. But it is not working. They keep, like, pushing through our defenses and pushing, especially... I should have asked for more anti-dive. Like, there aren't really a dive comp, but we're feeling a little dove. Like, maybe more just, like, crowd control and anti-dive. Like, a Namor, I think, would have gone pretty hard on here with all the attention that needed to be done. I do think Penny was a good choice because of how much, like, cover she can provide. I don't know what I could have done, you know? Because I'm what I can control, that's the words. Yeah, it is tough missing a whole person. This wasn't bad for, like, a 5v6, but I should have stuck closer to the point here. Oh, and then I got Moon Knighted, that's right. Because you are quite vulnerable in Penny's ult. Like, yeah, she can be both hard to kill, but she is very killable. Like, I tend to die in her ult. Yeah, okay, so general awareness, especially of team comp, could definitely help me. And then learning how to handle those difficult scatters. And I'm sure there's more that I'm missing that I could really improve on. And then I've got another game that I played today. This, I actually managed to get to play DPS for once, which I've been practicing DPS a lot more because I've noticed that it's been happening more in comp. And I'm not very practiced on DPS because all of my friends always want to go, you know, DPS, and I flex. So I'm so out of practice. But immediately, like, we were struggling to push a little bit. I mean, this bit is always a little rough. But I was trying to go in with the strange team up, but that was a little not smart. So I'm trying to pull forward, and I just cannot break through their defenses. Their healers are doing so well. Our heals were doing amazing as well. Okay, and then I started off-angling, and they were ignoring me. So I was just sitting there off-angling, taking out some of their things. I was like, ugh, I can't get anyone down. But now I know that they don't really pay attention to their off-angles. So I was trying to figure out a good place to go. And then I was like, roof! It's time for roof. And I did spend a lot of time fighting the roof geometry. But once I started getting through, that's where I started blowing people up. I'm really proud of this play. I feel like it is the reason we were able to push. Is I just kind of went behind. Now, this probably won't work in higher elo, but in bronze, this was going great. And here I'm using my wide monitor to peek around the corner. I'm like, not worth my time. And then here's where the actual, like, kerfuffle was happening. So I'm trying to, like, keep them inside. Now here I could have maybe done more. That was stupid. I was just like, well, everyone's here. Might as well try to ult. I should have saved my ult. It seemed like the funny thing to do, but I should have saved it. Okay, so far I'm feeling very, like, you know, cool. Now, I was experiencing a lot of lag during this. And here I'm picking fights that maybe aren't very efficient, so I pull back. But I do try to get that blade out of our hair because he's annoying, and I managed to get him pull back. I definitely could try to off-angle more still. I'm very much like fighting down main. I should have tried something a little bit more. But the blade was giving me some issues. I thought about learning blade. He seems fun. Managed to get him. Okay, here. Okay, I do end up off-angling a little bit. And I'm just being ignored. Oh. Here's where I start lagging. Just walking into the wall. I was struggling. No, I was a little disoriented. I was like, for me, I just exploded. Here, I probably should have pulled back. Okay, I think I did a little bit and waited for our team to get back together. Like, even though I'm doing well, I'm still trying to find things to critique because, you know, you're green, you're growing, you're ripe, you're rotten, and all that. Okay, here I tried to ult. And I did get them to clear out, which is nice. I maybe could have followed up a little bit more, but they did regroup pretty quickly. Oh yeah, I managed to cancel that all. I was pretty proud of myself. I should have gone through the side, because that was working so well. I should have, like, slipped around, because, you know, the pincer move is difficult to deal with, like I was struggling with in the other match. So I should have done that. Now here, I'm a little forward, but I'm trying to just stick to the friggin' point. No, I hadn't realized how little time we had left yet, actually. I went and I healed myself, and I looked at the overtime and I was like, ah, shit. I should have touched harder. Yeah, I was trying not to over push past my tank, because, you know, she isn't too effective far away. Here I lagged out. So I was just standing here because I was just not here. But they were ignoring me. I was just standing there. That's funny. I've always wondered what it looks like to outsiders. I was just there, and I'm glad they had the courtesy to ignore me. Oh, and then I disconnected. I had MVP during this, and then I disconnected. I was so upset. They pushed pretty freaking far while I was gone. And then I came back and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And I'm doing my best to, like, this is where it really started to fall apart. I'm over pushing a little bit, but I'm hoping to get up top. Yeah, I was definitely way out of position. I think I was panicking. I do that sometimes, is like I panic. And then they asked for me to go Punisher. I've never played Punisher before, but I was like, sure! So, it was to deal with the Groot walls, so I was doing all of my focus on Groot. And you know what? Punisher's kind of fun. Now, I don't think that was the proper way to put my turret, but I was just, it worked. It worked. I was just trying my best to deal with all the little problem things, like the penny mines and the walls and stuff. That was my focus. I was like, okay, I've been given a quest. I will complete it. Make everything easier for my teammate. And then we got ulted on. And I remember hearing, like, it seems like he can shoot through every ult. So I was like, let me try. It didn't work. It did not work. I should have taken cover. But, you know, Punisher can damage through, like, every fucking ult. And I think that is what lost us the game. Really? Yeah, I think better positioning, smarter everything, and not disconnecting, I guess. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. This was a fun video to put together, and I thought it'd be a fun little stream. I try to stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, at least Wednesday, Friday, and if you want to tune in with more of those and get notifications, you can always join my Discord. Otherwise, please like and subscribe and do all the cool algorithm things. I've already got another video in the works right now, so I hope you guys have a lovely, lovely day. Oh, and I'm totally down to do VOD reviews of other people in the future. I think that'd be fun.